If you were given a stick or two lumps of clay, what would you do with it? It's not that special, right? But maybe you can make a toy for your cats, or maybe a rolling car. But how about making an experiment? Or maybe sending it to space? Now, that's something big. And it's challenging, but that's actually possible too. As a child, I've always dreamed of going to space. I want to study space science. I want to send experiments to space. I want to make satellites. But looking at the numbers, there's actually less than 0.1% chance of becoming an astronaut. And there's even higher chance of me getting struck by lightning than being an astronaut. So eventually, that dream fell down. I said, maybe that dream is too high, too big of a leap. But a few years ago, as a space news correspondent, I started writing news article about space. I learned that the International Space Station is not just a place where astronauts float freely in gravity. It's actually a research hub, a place to do experiments. And it's orbiting above us 400 kilometers faster than a bullet. And then I imagined scientists sending experiments there. Maybe universities spending millions to send high technology payloads. And a dream started there that someday I wish I could send an experiment in space. But what could he possibly do as a starting young kid? I was not a trained astronaut. I was not yet a scientist. I don't have laboratory. I don't have access to these materials. I was just starting college. I was stuck in my bedroom in the middle of pandemic in the northern edge of the Philippines. And as lonely and as isolated as it may sound, that's actually how my journey started. From a small room, I was able to send something, a very simple object, into the space station. And it all started with a simple idea that big dreams doesn't have to start big. They can smart even in the simplest steps. So during lockdown, I started questions, not really complex questions, just simple ones like, how would things behave in space? Or what would happen to me if someone throws me out of spaceship? Would I spin forever in eternity? And it's not that difficult, right? It's not that complex. It's just easy questions. And then one day, in the middle of a lunchtime, I think, I picked up a pen, a simple stick, and a bunch of clays in my table, stuck them together like this, and then tied them on a simple rope and started rotating them. And there, a simple object. That's already an experiment. I started observing how it behaves on Earth, and I started predicting how it would behave in microgravity. But again, I encountered the same problem. How could I even start, and what could I possibly do? I don't have laboratories in our house. I don't have 3D printers to make prototypes, but I know what I have. I have laptops to make proposals. I have some art materials to make a prototype, and I have this desire to try. You know, sometimes when we face big problems, we are often welcomed by this overwhelming feeling. And we feel that we always focus on what we don't have. Like saying, how can I do this? I don't have the tools. I don't know where to start. But what if we flip that around? We flip that mindset. Instead of focusing on what we have, let's focus on what we have. In my case, I know I have some pencils to do. I have some materials and clays to make a prototype. But you know, sometimes those small things That's all you need. Sometimes making a big leap feels scary, but if stepping on a big leap or making a big leap feels scary, maybe try to look back that maybe sometimes you just need a small step at a time. So when I heard about this chance of sending an experiment to space, my first thoughts were, is this really, was this be able to travel to space, or is this something enough to be even concerned about? Maybe this is too simple, but you know what? I didn't care. I just submitted it anyway. And months later, I received this letter that this experiment, this simple toy that I just built on my desk, is something that an astronaut would do in the International Space Station. And a simple idea that started from just beside my bed is now traveling in space, being tested by an actual astronaut. And at that moment redefined me, that moment redefined what is possible for me. So next time that we face a big challenge, there are things actually that we can do. Instead of focusing on how big our leap is going to be, maybe try to step back and try to look on what we have. First thing to do is know your goal. Know what you really want. Know what you really want to do. For example, lately I started making some paper models of Philippine satellites. And I wanted to build them because I wanted to show students how many satellites we have, what they look like, or how small they are. But I know I don't have fabrication lab to do complex models of satellites. I don't have 3D printers, and again, no laboratories to do them, and I have no funding. So at first, I would tell myself that, do I really have the power to do this or to even start? But I went to my usual second step. I look for what I have. Like, I have papers, I have glue on my desk. So what I did, I started making paper models of Philippine satellites, of rockets that we have. And on my last step, is just to maximize the things that I have. I started bringing this to schools, to libraries, and students immerse themselves and they learn what satellites we have, what they do, how can they impact our lives even as normal citizens or even as students. Sometimes we face challenges that are very hard to, to solve initially, but sometimes we just need to put our mindset that starting with what we have is always the first step that we can do. If there's one thing that I've learned from this journey is that limitations are not roadblocks. Limitations are actually invitation for us to be resourceful, for us to be innovative, for us to be imaginative. We often think of success that it begins with the opportunity. It begins with money, access to technology, or the resources and equipments that we have. But sometimes success begins with something much simpler. Maybe a question, maybe a prototype, or just a simple brave step. So with this mindset of starting with what we have, we can actually open the possibility of what we can do. The right combination of curiosity and resourcefulness can turn a simple idea into something with a bigger purpose. Your environment or your lack of resources doesn't define who you are. What defines you is what you do with what you have. So, next time, just ask your question, even if it's very simple, even if you don't know the first answer, just do and ask what's around you, use what's around you, maybe a paper or clays or sticks. If a boy isolated during a pandemic, a boy building prototypes in his bedroom floor, can turn a simple experiment into something that astronauts test in space. if those pieces of clay and sticks can actually spark a journey into orbit, imagine what you can do with what's already in your hands. Even rockets needs ignition. A simple spark to start the launch of a very complex system like a rocket. So next time, just remember that you don't need to start big. You actually just need to start. Because again, sometimes even the biggest dreams begin with the simplest steps. Thank you very much.